Hey, what is up guys, RichHomieQuinn here, and I'm going to be showing you guys a very useful solo drop that's sort of built around having a lot of floppers or whatnot. So we're going to be hopping on into it. I'm going to be explaining a couple things about the drop and how I would recommend landing there and how you should rotate or whatnot. So starting off with it, we are going to be talking about this island right here. So what a lot of people do when they end up trying to drop this island, their mistake is that they aim for here. So we're gonna hop into the game and sort of show what the island sort of looks like and how I would sort of do the rotate. So when you are dropping here, it's a really good chance that people are gonna be going for this side or the north side or the south side, but the actual play is going to be dropping right here in the middle. You get really good loot, you get really good item spawns and chests most of the time. And this spot is usually the most contested just because it's on the hill. But just because it's on the hill, people only get one chest versus you get two chests, and you can sort of rotate and sort of play through. So how it would sort of go, let's say you get this place uncontested, the way that I would sort of rotate it or how to loot it, I would be landing here, aiming for that every single game. Then you rotate towards this chest, and then you rotate towards this chest right here. And you go up here, you loot this chest right here. You can sort of look around and see whatnot. If someone's down towards the south area or whatnot. And then I would go and work my way towards this chest and then go towards this chest right here, and then I would be finishing right here. Sort of why I do this is because of a couple things. So ending here is the goal because there is a boat that you're going to be using to sort of rotate when it comes to after the drop, because not only do you got to focus on how to sort of drop out of location, it's sort of what are you going to be doing after you're done looting and how are you going to rotate. So we're going to be also talking about that. So the reason why I sort of do that path too is just because you sort of are in a rhythm, and let's say this place is contested and you sort of loot up here, you're going to have good loot, and then you're going to sort of be able to come on top of those people and have a height advantage and also sort of some loot. Another importance of the drop is that the floppers, the fish, are on this north side. So doing this pattern of sort of going through this area, you instead of having to use the fisher mods that are given to you over here, you might get a harpoon or whatnot out of one of the chests, which will make the fishing more efficient and more faster than, let's say, you didn't have a harpoon and then you end up looting this and you get a harpoon and whatnot. So it makes the rotate very, very smooth. And I'm going to sort of just hop into a solo game and sort of show how I'm going to be playing it. But before we do hop into that, I sort of want to talk about the different plays that you can do. So with Mythic PY still being in the game, there is a disguiser here. So I recommend going for a disguiser. Let's say a strike is really heavily contested. What you can actually do is disguise, boat over to here and sort of pretend to be a henchman, or try to see if you can go for a third party on the people if they're still fighting here, and then get the grappler. So this is what a lot of pro players do, playing for that grappler, playing for that third party, because if you do get that mythical scar and that grappler, you're going to be really set up. But not only that, this island is going to be an island that's going to be super uncontested. No one's going to be landing here in solos. Even if they do land here, they're going to be already rotated out. They might push towards you. So most of the time, let's say you get this island right here, you're also going to have this island right here too for loot. So usually making sure that you keep the boat with you and you rotate towards more center is going to be the play. And again, so people also land at this island right here because of the plane is super easy metal or not. So when you're done looting all of this, the people at plane are already going to be rotating outside of that area too. So what I like to do is I like to scavenge this area for the rest of the metal, and you get good wood and brick here, and then you're going to be maxed out on metal, and so you sort of get all your materials in the same direction or in the same sort of area. You can also fish around and whatnot, and then what I sort of do is use the boat. I rotate down here, again, more fish down here, and then based off a zone, you don't want to be in the boat for too long. When you're boating under this bridge right here, you can actually shoot out the chest at the very bottom so the loot can come down. So let's say if zone's far, you don't really want to waste your time looting the bridge or whatnot, but you see the chest there, feel free to shoot it down. You might get a scar, you might get some shield out of it. So this drop spot is really good when it comes to that. You sort of have to be aware of the grappler player. The grappler player usually goes through here, to this area and then comes down towards here. So as long as you stay towards this like south side, it might be the less contested side, so you don't really have to run into that person. But again, you're gonna have really good fish. You're gonna have really good loot. So let's hop into the game and sort of explain what I was sort of drawing here in the actual thing. Alrighty, so we're hopping into a champs arena game. So best thing to do is sort of mark where you're sort of aiming towards. It sort of gives you a visual representation on where you need to go. Another thing that you can use to sort of help your drop is that you see like the meters that are right next to the blue marker. The faster those go down, the better your drop is, because that means that you're getting closer to where you're sort of aiming for. Another trick is that you sort of want to put your crosshair above where you're landing. You don't want to be looking where you're landing. You sort of want to have like your head towards that direction of where you're going to be landing. So when I'm dropping here, the drop is pretty high. I'm sort of looking around, so I see that there's one person here, 2 or 3 other people going towards that shark area. I could obviously get a better drop. Usually you want your feet hitting right here. But again, when I'm dropping, I'm not just solely aiming for that area. I'm sort of looking around, seeing what is contested or whatnot. So I'm going to be landing here, and I'm going to be continuing to rotate to sort of show how I would do it in the actual game. There's going to be some tips that you can use at this spot and in just general other spots too. So there are 2 to 3 item spawns on the floor, 2 chests right here. So as you can see, I have pretty decent mats and loot for an early game versus we'll sort of see where most of the people land on top. So again, I'm going towards here. I'm sort of looking around too, trying to see. Looks like they mostly went shark. This is not a competitive game other than just like arena. It's not like an event, so it's gonna be too contested. So more about this spot too is I actually used this spot in one of the solo cash cups recently, and I got 9th in the solo cash cup. So I'm not just putting or just saying a spot just to say a spot. You know, I really believe that this is a good drop spot, and definitely could fit with some playstyles. So I'm building up here, and this makes the rotate a little bit faster. In some of the tikis, there's chests, and there's also, as you saw, an ammo crate. So another fact about this drop here is that this little shell on the very top used to give really good brick, but it still gives some brick. So I'm gonna heal up real quick. So in these bushes right over here too, there's also item spawns, and so a lot of people that land up here, they actually don't know that there's item spawns in the bushes. So they really only get, let's say, like 1 chest or whatnot from these 3 item spawns. So there's 1, there's 2, and then the third one's going to be right here. So one thing that you got to be careful about in this area is sort of the bushes that are around too, making sure that no one's playing in them. And this is sort of how I loot that. So that's like the only metal spot really on this whole area is that bag of money, so you might as well hit it. So I aim towards this area right here. There's a chest under here. And then there's an item spawn that's right there. So the plate isn't going towards the item spawn unless obviously you see something good. I sort of rotate towards here. If there's something that's worth picking, then I sort of go towards that blue marker. But there's no reason to go towards that blue marker because there is a chest over here and an item spawn itself too. I'm working towards this way. I guess you could farm out this crate if you really want to too. But I'm gonna do this. Bam. Let's go see. Trying to see. Yeah, so this is something else that you can do. You can place a cone into the ground and it actually breaks the ammo crate that's inside this little hut, and you can get ammo that way. That'd be a really good way to sort of make your loot path even faster. So there is a fishing holder over there that I showed, and then there's going to be 3 hole opportunities here, which is really important. Just making sure that you don't scout for too many. So one is usually under here, so I just get that. Bam, bam. And then let's go see if there's any more over here. Doesn't look like so I'm just gonna get this refresh. And again, there's 2 boats right here. My mats aren't too bad. I could maybe farm up a little bit more brick if I really wanted to. And again, there's a disguiser here. So what I might want to do, I might want to disguise the boat over, or even to swim over, and then sort of third party if there was a lot of people going there. And again, if you want to sort of play towards that grappler, which you definitely can, let's say if you have an excess amount of games. But in a normal game, I'm not going to show that right now because there's different way to play it. So we're going to rotate over here. You gotta keep keep an eye on your boat. I like to sort of just like mark where my boat is, just so I don't forget wherever it is. This area I think has one chest, a couple item spawns, something that you have to sort of get used to when it comes to looting, however you want to loot it. But this is just another spot that you can sort of rotate towards. It isn't the greatest right now, but again, good amount of item spawns. Go through here. I'm gonna be going back towards my boat. Maybe you want to park it like towards here, just so I don't have to go back towards this direction again. Again, this is all stuff that you could easily switch around, do what really works for you in your area. Looking for some holes to fish too. So again, you know, my wood and my brick is good. I could have spent some more time farming a brick if I really wanted to, but just for the video length's sake, I'm not really going to be wasting my time doing that. But yeah, this place has a lot of chests too, and sometimes it is unlooted, so you're definitely going to have like 10 to 15 chests, tons of fish and floor loot, and you're going to be able to get easy metal. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys do want to see more videos like these, sort of explaining a solo drop spot or whatnot, just let me know in the comments. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.